Hey guys, welcome back to another discussion video, and my name is Morgan, and over there is Sam, and today we're going to be talking about Ruler Master the Mass, episode 23, or I'm sorry, 22 and 23, or no, 23, 24, I'm mixed up, I'm sorry,
23 and
and,
24.
yep, and, yeah, so I guess I want to start off what happened in 23, so in 23, or in 22, I'm sorry, the Queen had her birthday party and she had a puppet show that was put on by Mi Chang and her father, and basically telling us that the queen murdered, like, not murdered, but the queen tried to poison the prince and tried to kill him, and it like, and of course the queen's like all like, no, like my secrets are out, and um prince's son was there at the birthday party and he saw the whole thing, and that's kind of where we ended in episode 22. Do you want to start us up in episode 23, Sam?
Maybe can you hear the dog?
No, I cannot hear the dog.
Okay, I'm at my friend's house, and so they have a crazy dog who's going to frequently bark every once in a while at random people coming by. But yeah, so Prince Sun has found out that the queen is not on his side, that like he thought, which I was shocked completely. As we were saying in the last discussion video, we were hoping for a breath of fresh air, and it just didn't happen at all. Um, and it kind of frustrated me. But she was the one who ended up switching out the blood,
Mm,
right? The poisoned blood
mm.
for Prince Sun. So now she's kind of in a little bit of a world of hurt because her secrets are getting out, and now we've created um, another side to this dice that we're rolling around here on this show. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, and also I love the fact that the queen like was lying in bed because she was like, they're like, she faced a great trauma, that's why she like passed out, and I'm like, dude, just stop being a drama queen and get up, like,
Right,
don't.
literally, stop being a drama queen.
Yeah, stop being the drama queen. Um, but I was shocked though. Okay, so not Prince, but Peasant's Son and Guyon talk,
Hmm.
and Peasant's Son lets it slip that he did not kill her father. That,
Hmm.
how do you know I killed your father when you didn't see my face or you didn't see the person's face behind the mask? And just know I didn't kill him. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like no one knows, uh like I feel like that's a secret you shouldn't have told. Like,
Hmm.
and then how he was like, don't tell anyone. I'm like, why are you like, why is everyone in this drama so quick to get rid of secrets?
I
They're
don't
like,
know, and it's frustrating because they're like, I'm going to tell you this, but don't tell anybody except I'm going to tell everybody.
yes, yes,
So, like, who am I not supposed to tell?
exactly. Um, and on top of that, the queen is like pissed off because the crown prince is alive, and she's even more angry with the fact that she thinks Daemonk was the reason that they had a puppet show. She blames him because of the fact that they basically said the same thing in the puppet show that he said to her when he went to go visit her in the
Hmm.
last episode. And so it's kind of funny how like everyone's blaming Daemonk for everything. The crown prince gets poisoned, Daemonk. There's a puppet show with evil content in it. Daemonk. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, they've kind of become like, not saying like they haven't done bad things, but they're slowly becoming the scapegoat for everybody's issues.
Yeah.
And I think like give credit where credit's due. If they did something bad, then yeah, blame it on them. But like they didn't do everything. They're not the cause, like they are the cause for a lot of issues, but they're not cause for all the problems that are around.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Daemonk, or not Daemonk, that Woobo, when talking to Muha and the bodyguard and the crown prince, when they're all like, oh, Daemonk did it, Woobo was a smart one to be like, it doesn't make sense that it was Daemonk. Because, like, why would they reveal that secret years later?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. And I like the fact that Woo Boo was like the person of logic that actually thought about it and was like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, obviously, it makes sense to reveal it if the crown prince is there, is knocking out the queen as a resource to go against Puswan. But no one knows, or Daemonk doesn't know the crown prince is alive. So that doesn't make sense.
Well, I think he's starting to catch on a little bit, or at least I would hope
Yeah.
so, because I mean he's kind of around, and now that they're being blamed, well, he was blamed for killing the peddler or whatever. he now knows that something weird is going on. So
Mhm.
he's getting information just by people trying to blame him for stuff. So
Yeah, that's true.
people need to like stop jumping to conclusions and figure crap out before they go pointing fingers. Because this is how
Exactly.
people are going to get in trouble.
I completely agree. And on top of that, so the queen is like talking to her brother, and she's like freaking out because she knows that Daemon's gonna replace her, and they're gonna put like the king is gonna get married out or marry off, and she's not gonna get replaced. And so she kind of wants to prolong the choice of picking a wife, but then the crown prince or the prince son comes, and it's very interesting to see now how she acts towards him now that she actually knows who he really is. But
Right.
he basically tells her that, he was almost killed by Daemok and how he wants to destroy them. And he even tells her that Daemok plans on putting a new queen in the palace. And he tells the queen to, like, make a select a new queen right away and make it public so they can't
Mm.
go against it. And so the queen legitly decides to let him live. I'm like,
Right. And you know what I liked about this is that this was finally someone going on the offensive because it was like everybody's just kind of reacting to what they're doing and
mm,
going, well, there's nothing we can do about it because they're all powerful and blah, blah, blah. And I like the fact that now it's like, no, if they're going to do something, you do something too. Just because you can't stop them from picking a queen doesn't mean you can't pick a queen as well.
yeah,
Like
exactly. It's like,
play their game too. If you know the rules that they're playing by, let's play their game too. If they're going to start bringing in possible crown princesses, you need to bring in a crown princess.
exactly. Like, get your side and just don't be like, oh, I can't do anything. Poor me. Like, use your noggin. Like, you're at that position for a reason. You have people around you. Use your, like, brain to think of a different way to get out of it.
Hmm.
But that scene with like during that Pizza meeting when they're trying to like pick the next queen and a poppy seed worker, like I don't know what he was, but he was like working I'm sure he was like
He's one of the field workers, and from what I gathered, he was sent out to find Yang, I think was the
mm-hmm.
little girl's name.
Yes.
He was sent to find Yang, and he couldn't find her obviously because we all know she's already died at this point. And he's kind of starting to feel the effects of not having the deadly flower.
Yeah.
And Hwagun's father was like, okay, like I'm gonna give you it. And Daemok walks in all badassery and is like, how often? Like, did you hear the days they give out the poppy seeds? The 1st and the 15th,
Yep.
which they're welfare days. But
That's
they give them
really
the 1st in the middle of the month. Yeah. And so it just cracks me up that those are the times they give them is the 1st in the middle of the month. And we don't give them out at any other time. So like if he didn't get it, if he didn't get on the train fast enough, like you're gonna die. And he just crushes it in front of him and I'm like, ugh.
well, I just like I kind of felt like Daemok's son was a little power hungry, like standing over that
Yeah.
guy. Like, haha, I'm in charge of someone now, and it
Right.
completely backfired on him. And the reason why he didn't get Daemon crush the pill though was mostly because of the fact that they're not allowed to give the pill out even to the king. So even if the king foreshadowing, uh, doesn't have the pill, the first or the 15th of the month, they're not gonna get it any other time. That's the only
Right.
time. But I wonder why.
Yeah, I want to know the logic behind all of that.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like, is it because it's like the processing of it, or is it because you can regulate it
I think
better?
it's a control thing.
Like they can control it better?
Well, that and it's like, you piss us off. Like, let's hope you survive to the middle of the month because you're not getting another one till then. Otherwise, like, so it kind of
Yeah.
keeps people in line. Like, they have to go on this certain schedule. So,
I'm sorry. I don't know what my family is doing.
sounds like vacuuming.
Probably. Sam, keep talking.
All right. So yeah, so I really think it's like it's a power control thing, but it also I'm with Morgan too. I think it's a foreshadowing of what's to come. And I can't remember if it was this episode or the next one, but we're doing both of them. But the king ends up losing his seed too. So, like, at that point, you're kind of like in panic mode of like, oh my God, what's going on? But so the princess selection, they were so they were having that meeting and everything, and they were trying to figure out who was going to go in. And basically, Daemok needs someone he can control. And I was really shocked that Hwagun's name never came up. Because I figured she would be the first on the list of people to be given, but he actually picks two of his members each have daughters who are of age to um, become the crown princess, and so those are the ones that are ultimately chosen. And one of them didn't want to do it at all, and like she's complete like I love that she said, I don't want Daemok to control my life anymore, because I'm assuming that by now he controls every aspect of
Well,
her life.
that girl was actually the brother of like basically the brother of the queen. That's his daughter.
Yeah.
And I can understand why she's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Um, but also, I don't. Sorry, I had to run out of my room and be like, turn off it. Um, I don't know. Did you talk about how Guyon was asked to get the bamboo box?
No, I talked about if I couldn't remember if like she had lost the pill or not, but
Ye-
so yeah, God was asked to go get the bamboo box because they kind of figured out that there's something wrong with the bamboo, or not wrong, but something suspicious about the bamboo
Yeah,
box.
and I hated
Uh,
how because I was like, Guyon, do not trust the queen. Do not trust the queen. And of course, she trusted the queen.
well, of
Uh,
course she does.
yeah.
But the
And then
queen also has something very powerful in her hand. She's going to be putting her father's status back, supposedly.
yeah, I
And
doubt that
so
will actually
she's
happen.
kind of like between a rock and a hard place at this point of in order to regain my family status, I kind of have to do this regardless of the consequences.
Yeah. Exactly. And then also Hago meets up with the crown with Prince Sun. And of course
Hmm.
she's happy because she's like, you saved my family. I love you even more. I'm just like, snap out of it. Snap back to reality, please. And he shows her the poppy seed pill and basically tells her like Yang gave it to him, and you can see that there's like she's all lovey dovey, and then it's just like a snap back to reality where she's like,
Right.
oh my god. And he basically asks her, can you figure out what this is? And she kind of finally agrees to take it to Japan to sort some things out to see if like traders or something know anything about this pill.
Yeah. Take it to
And
Japan.
yeah, okay, she's gonna suddenly lose a pill and be like, I lost it
Hmm.
somewhere. Yeah. But it's really awkward for Hagun, and definitely a reality check that they're very much on different sides of the,
Spectrum.
yes. Um, and then when Gaia brought that tea to Peasant Son, and I was like, and I also, when Peasants, I think it was in this one. No, it wasn't this one. Sorry. How he fell asleep, and I was like, no, Gaia, don't be a stupid spy because you can obviously get murdered or not murdered. You can also be killed for doing something like that for giving the king drugs.
Hmm.
But of course, she takes the pill from him, and only if she basically knew that she was killing her best friend. And of course, while trying to leave, she's stopped by Mi Chang. Do you want to talk about what happened between Mi Chang and her?
Yeah, so Mi Chang stops her and she's like, I'm in a rush, I'm in a rush, I have to go. And Mi Chang's like, I know where you're going. You're gonna go and meet the queen. And like, um, Mi Chang basically, um, she's kind of using I don't want to say euphemisms, but like metaphors for what's going on. And she goes like, "Don't trust when someone else pours you your cup of tea," which is like, don't trust every gift that's handed to you because it's probably not a gift. It's probably poison. It's probably going to stab you in the back. Um, but little do we know this is also going to be a sleight of hand trick that's going to happen because Gan had stuck the bamboo tube underneath the table, and come to find out later that Michang has switched the tubes, and now she has the one with the deadly flower in it,
Yeah,
and Gan has the one that's completely empty, and that's what she's going to ultimately end up bringing back to the queen.
yeah.
But Michang basically is telling her, like, watch your back, like, you're not safe, this is not a good spot. Like, don't do everything the queen says. The queen's not as good as you think she is.
Basically, yeah. And then, of course, Mi Chang goes and talks to her father. And her father is happy that she stopped Gaia from giving the pill to the queen. And because, she almost found out about the poppy pill. But, I mean, why was he happy? I mean, I guess he maybe is he against the queen? Because I thought he was all about being fair. Don't be on any other, like, any person's side. But right now, it seems like he's a little bit on Daymonk's side. Because
Yeah, I don't
if
know.
if the queen found the pill, it would give her a, a upper hand, of course, how to deal with Peasant Son and how to deal with Daymunk. But then again, I just, like, I don't know. I'm like, if you're unhappy, maybe you're just unhappy with the queen. Maybe that's why you kind of gave her a warning thing with a puppet show.
Hmm.
But then, of course, okay, these scenes killed me because I like romance and I like angst, and I was like, yes. Um, but this Prince Son basically comes to see Peasant Son, and Peasant Son's basically dying. Yeah, because he misplaced his poppy pill, and even though his bodyguard's like, I'll go get you a new one, he's like, dude, Daymonk's not gonna give it to you no matter what. Daymonk's gonna be like, yeah, no. Considering the fact that he killed that guy in the beginning, where he was like the guy who was not even his fault. It's just his son
Mm.
wouldn't give him the pill. He's definitely gonna die. So, the prince comes to Peasant Son, and Peasant Son stops the prince, saying that Daymok had been poisoning him the whole time, and how could the prince only come now after leaving him for so long, and that he's been so anxious over always being scared of dying. And Prince Son says, you know what, like, I'll save you. And of course, Peasant Son laughs and says, like, where are you gonna find something so precious? Like, where are you gonna find a precious um, a precious like gift like the pill and stuff like that.
Right.
And and he's like, what, are you gonna go to Dave Monk's house? And you know what, a lot of people would look at the scene and be like, okay, Peasant Son's being a brat. But I look at the scene and I go, okay, I find that maybe Peasant Son snapped. Like, maybe he's reaching his breaking point where he's so tired of living this life, he's so tired of always being scared of dying, he's so tired of having to wear this mask, that the minute he's dying and he knows he's gonna die, he's gonna let it all out. And Prince then basically ripped him away from his family for 5 years. And
Hmm.
also, sadly, Prince Sun doesn't even realize the fact that he had to take poison every month to even live.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because even back in the last episode, the last two episodes, when he was in the greenhouse, that was showing even more of a breaking point when he was like, she hates me because I wear this mask. Like, I haven't been able to rest since I've gotten here. 5 years of being stressed out, like, breaks people. This is why people go on vacations because, like, he's been under the watch of the Pyonsuhui or whatever, Pyonsuhui. Um, and he's been having to make decisions that probably go against everything he's ever believed in. Had to watch his father die because of these people, and now he has to, like, ultimately his life is dependent on these people. And it's just like at a certain point you kind of go, maybe I just should die. Like, I would not have to worry about anything anymore. I wouldn't have to deal with all the stress I've been dealing with. Like, everybody else can figure it out. I'm done. I'm checking out.
Well, and then also on top of that, remember how in, like, I don't remember what episode it was, but there was an episode when he met his bodyguard and he was trying to commit suicide
Mhm.
because he was so tired. So obviously he's been reaching his breaking point for a while.
Mhm.
But of course, Prince Sun, being the Hufflepuff he is, he goes to Pusui to get, or yeah, he goes to Pusui to find a pill that can save him.
Mhm.
And but he runs because him and his bodyguard get stopped by a guard, and they ask him for the code, and of course they don't know the code, and so they run away, and they run into a room, and they open the door, and there's a guy standing there with a knife, and it's gone, and then Hagun walks out, and I was like, oh god, I screamed so loud. Like, I legitially screamed because I'm like, their faces was like, what the fudge? Like, what? And the prince looked so shocked, and Hagun, like, I could tell Hagun was destroyed. But, and of course, Daemon comes to her room, and Hagun basically screams, like, grandfather, like, hold on a minute. And so now it's basically revealed that Hagun is Daemon's granddaughter. And, which is crazy. And then, do you want to talk about, like, Peasant Son and Guyon? Um,
Yeah,
uh,
so Peasant Son's essentially he's dying right now. Like, there's no way around it. He's about to die. And she brought him like tea or something. And he confesses. He's like, I love you. I've loved you like forever. And um he's like, why the peddler? Like, why do you
yeah.
go to the boss of the pack people? And she goes, because we share the same dream. I don't know what dream they share,
To like
but
kill people?
like
I don't
to
know.
kill the Pyonsu to eradicate from them. But like she wants to get rid of the royalty, and the royalty wants to get rid of the Pyonsu. So I don't know what dream they're sharing,
Okay.
but they're
I
sharing
don't
a
care.
dream, and he is like, I wish I knew that that was all it took, and like he's like slowly trying to pull the curtain back in like the most melodramatic way possible because he could
Yeah.
have moved it faster to show her who he is, and then Prince Sun pops in with the deadly seed and gives it to him, and then like,
You go right through the whole next episode. Okay.
yeah,
But quickly, I just want to talk before we get to the next episode. Um, I felt very frustrated with that scene when she was like, "Oh, because we share the same dream." I
mm,
wanted to be more than that. I wanted to be like we share the same dream of wanting a maybe a better like world, whatever, a
mm,
better life. We or be like, you know what? He protects me. He makes me feel, something more than hey, we both want to kill the same people, kind of thing.
right,
I wanted to be more like that because you know what? We got connected in the last episode. I felt good about their chemistry, but then this episode, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I definitely don't know how I feel about the next episode. But episode 24. So Prince Sun and his bodyguard are hiding in basically Hagun's house area or room, and when Daemon comes in and basically tells Gon to protect the head of Punsui, so now Prince Sun basically knows the full truth of everything, knows that she's not just there maybe as a spy or whatever, but she's there as the head of the people that he wanted to destroy. Um, and so, I'm like, what did you think, Spectre? Like, what do you think, girl? Like, for him, like, once he found out that who you were, that he was gonna love you, because obviously that was not gonna happen. But
right.
she does give him the pill and tells him that she will tell him the truth later on. And I don't know why, but I didn't want her secret to be revealed that way. I didn't want the oh she's the head of Pusui to be revealed that way. I felt like I don't know. I wanted it to be later on kind of thing. Um,
I think this is a good time for it to be kind of brought up a little bit. We're not that far from the end.
mm,
I mean, we're a couple weeks out, but we're not that far, and there's still a lot of storylines we've got to start wrapping up here soon, or needs a way to start wrapping up. So I'm glad like the secret has been revealed, and it wasn't anybody like saying anything; it was just by circumstance kind of deal.
mm,
So it was kind of nice that it wasn't like he's my grandfather, but it was just like, oh my gosh, he showed up, and like I have no other way to react except like, wait a minute, Grandpa, like.
yeah, because
So
they're
I like the reveal of this a little bit better than how everybody else's secrets have kind of been coming to
yeah.
fruition.
I wanted something better than that though. I wanted
Mm,
something like she kicking butt, or maybe more scenes of them knowing that who they were or who she
mm,
was. But like you said, I got like you said, Prince Sun tries to reveal his face to Guyon, and then Peasant Son comes and gives him the pill, and I loved how he like gave it to him, and Peasant Son looks to him, and he's like, "You saved me," and I was like, "Oh yeah, he did," and I was like, "Listen,
Morgan's
Peasant Son."
babies are back together.
Yes, but I was like, okay, listen, Peasant Son, please realize you're being a d-bag and stop being overjealous like puppy dog, and please just be a puppy dog to Prince Sun and just stop fighting over a stupid girl. A girl who obviously doesn't tell you the full truth anyways.
Mm,
So yeah, so I get really frustrated with that. But Guyon gives Prince Sun the bamboo case, and I think this kind of changes. Well, I would hope this would changes um, Prince Sun's views on Guyon, but of course it doesn't because Prince Sun is crazy in love with her for some odd reason.
mm,
Um, and he kind of finally puts together the picture that his father was also a puppet for Pusui, and
mm,
that Prince Sun's upset that that's why Guyan made him like what made her do this? What made her sneak in, take the bamboo pill, basically take it, and basically make Prince Sun almost die, or Peasant Son almost die.
mm.
And Guyan kind of finally confesses, like, "Hey, I'm here to bring down Pusui, and I want to clear my father's name." And she kind of almost tells him who set her up to it. But when the chief, I can't remember say his name, but the
Eunuch.
chief eunuch, thank you, comes and breaks him up. And I don't know why, but it kind of seems like the eunuch does not like the prince at all. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, I don't know. I think he's also in this power struggle too. I don't know how he fits in half of this stuff, but he's in the power struggle too. And he knows that for more or less the prince is actually a bastard child and not like technically the legitimate crown prince, even though like he's marked as a legitimate crown prince. Um, but he also like he's kind of like the Yoda. He just kind of sees all and knows all, and like I don't know what game he's playing, but he doesn't like the prince.
Yeah, I can get that he doesn't like him at all. Even though he, because before I was like, maybe he just doesn't trust him because he's a cheap peddler. But now that we actually know that he knows that he's the prince, it kind of makes me interested in why he doesn't like him at all. So finally, the Prince puts together the pieces and tells Wu Boo and his bodyguard that these poppy pills are controlling the country, and they need to find the antidote for the poison first, which is amazing because I'm like, thank you for using your brain. Thank you. Um, and to basically give to the children and peasants son, and I'm just like, thank you. Because you know what? If it was someone else, if it was Gaia, she would destroy the poppy fields. It'd be like, oh shit, I was supposed to find an antidote. All these children are dead. Peasant son's dead. Okay, it's okay though. It's okay. Like, thank you for using your brain and actually realizing that you need to find a answer to the problem before you burn the problem to the ground, kind of
Hmm.
thing. Which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice turn of events rather than trying to go with brute force. Like, let's figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and also, the queen makes Prince Sun into a guard, and she's like, "Are you sure you don't want to be anything more?" And he's like, "No, I'd rather just be a guard and not like be not." He didn't say suspicious, but he didn't want to stand out, kind of thing.
Right.
But
Which I think is kind of ironic that he's like, I don't want like the all eyes on me, but at the same time, he's had all eyes on him this whole time, just because being the boss of the pack carriers or whatever.
mhm.
Like everybody in the whole Korean area and some of like the Japanese trading ports, like all know who he is. So he's already drawn attention to him. So it kind of doesn't make any sense that he's like,
Yeah,
I don't want anybody to look at me. Like, no,
but
that's not how this works.
maybe in the palace, people don't really know who he is,
Maybe.
so that's why he's like, I don't want to be like a big role where people can stare at me and like hear my
Right, and
voice
it
and put it
puts him right
together.
next to the king too, so.
Yeah, which is good, so he can protect him.
Mhm.
Um, so so like you said, the queen picks out his wife and picks out her brother's daughter, and Guyon actually gets asked wants to be one of the candidates too.
Mhm.
And this pisses me off because uh, they go like pisses me off because the queen also threatens Peasant Son and basically tells Peasant Son like, listen, like Guyon can be a like Guy can come and be like you can get married to Guyon, or I can kind of like make her leave and she become a slave. It's up to you though. She can basically
Right.
die, or
Yeah, she went to like some archaic law. So,
yeah. And it pissed me
Morgan?
off. Yes,
Okay.
yes. It pissed me off though because I was like, because obviously you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna protect Guyon no matter what. And so obviously he was gonna be like, obviously he was like, yes, like I will. Like I'm going to like I'll let her enter as a candidate for my wife. And the fact
Right.
that it pissed me off the fact that obviously peasants or Prince Sutton had no clue about this.
Mhm.
And that pissed me off because I was like you wouldn't think like she would tell him the plan or she would kind of like hint it or send like a pigeon or something. I don't know. Because like how many times do we have to see the shocked look on Prince's face? I'm not Prince, I'm not peasant. Prince face the prince's face when Guyan does something shitty. Like,
I think we're gonna get to see that face quite a few more times before the end of this drama,
yeah, it's
before they
frustrating.
finally end up
Yeah,
together. But like he sees her because they're having like the like escort almost
hmm.
deal, and yeah, she walks right past him, and then like the cold look, and then she walks through the threshold, and
Also,
I'm like,
what's up with the stepping on the pot thing?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you the same thing. I have no
I
idea.
I tried googling it, like I tried googling it and I couldn't figure it out whatsoever. So if someone who's listening to this knows what the meaning behind that, please let us know because I like was trying to look through my history books and I was like I can't find anything. Um, but I that really bothered me. Do you want to talk about do you want to talk about like the tea and everything like that that ends up?
Yeah.
and does all.
So I kind of had like Mulan flashbacks a little bit with this.
Me too.
So they're all kind of lined up, and the like, I guess female elders or something are like all around them with the queen in front, and they're pouring them a glass of a cup of tea. And they kind of have to show like how graceful they are and everything like that. And the queen's niece, I guess is what she is. The queen's niece was crap at it. And like she was shaking like a little leaf, and apparently the tea wasn't that great because even she made a face. But we end up getting to Gan, and what's her name, Mei Chang, is like, "You're the last one," and she goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." And like, of course, Gan does it flawlessly because she's been, well, first of all, she's a part of the king's ladies and everything.
Mm.
So she's got to know how to pour a glass of tea, number one. She's been trained. And so obviously she does everything the way she's supposed to. And they all drink their tea, and then it looks like as soon as everybody else takes their sips, then you take your sip too. But when Gan puts the glass to her mouth, she smells that it smells weird. Or like that's the face I got from her. And Mei Chang basically goes like, we find out like it's poison. And Mei Chang goes, "You either drink it and become a victim, or don't drink it and be an accomplice." And then it kind of just goes away after that.
Yeah, because like everyone passes out. And I was
Yeah,
like, what is going on? Like I got so confused.
I don't know, but someone poisoned the queen, and because Gan didn't want to be part of an accomplice, she kind of in that way poisoned herself too. But she basically committed suicide for the sake of like not being called a traitor.
Yeah. Yeah. And my thing is, I think, okay, I'll talk about my theories like later on. But of course, Mi Chang goes and tells Prince Sun. And he had this scene where Prince Sun's like holding her and he's like, ah!
Oh,
Like,
that was a little dramatic for me,
yeah, a
but
little bit. Just a little bit. But I also think Hagen did it because Hagen's a psychopath. So I
I think
think
Bichang did it.
Mi Chang. I don't think Mi Chang did it.
No?
I can't see Mi Chang did it. I can see. But then again, if they did it, then I don't know. I can see her
Well, I
father
know it's
doing it.
not Daymok because why would he poison the
His
girls who were possibly going to be queen?
yeah. So
Like this whole selection was supposed to benefit him. So I don't think he's a part of this.
yeah. But then again, it could be someone completely we haven't seen before.
I really hope not because I'm so sick of adding new characters already. That's just me.
Me too. Uh, I hope that we can get a more clear story as it goes on, but we are past the halfway point. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we can't have any more new characters. And also, if you hear that noise in the background, it's raining outside, so that's the noise. Um, but I honestly hope that we don't get any new characters, and I hope that we get a clear story from now on.
Hmm.
Because I don't need any more like craziness. Although I do need more bromance. If you want to give me more bromance, I'm okay with that. But crazy action or crazy. Also, I do want more of a connection between sorry, I can't think of that, between Guyon and the prince too. A little bit more connection there, and then we'll be all good.
Right.
Anything else you want to add, Sam? Your final
Um,
thoughts?
I'm like reading a little bit of like the making of a Joseon queen. I don't see anything about like stepping on that little petal thing. Um, but the queen actually, very interestingly enough, bans all marriages until the king can get married. So I'm wondering if like that, I mean, I know it's ritualized, so maybe that's just them putting it in there for historical accuracy, but I'm wondering if maybe there's some consequences to her going, nobody gets married till the king does kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Plus, that was
But I
pretty.
don't know who would get married outside of what's his name, Muha and Mi Chang, even though Muha's the only one who it's a one-sided love story.
Yeah, he's the only one being like, "I'm gonna marry you," and she's like, "Who are you? I forgot your name."
Juseyo?
Um,
Yeah, I know, right?
but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion video of episode 23 and 24. And
Yep.
next week we're gonna be talking about 25, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah, we're down to the last couple weeks on this.
Yeah, so we thank you guys for watching this, and we will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like. If you would like, you can subscribe to our channel. And if you want to check out our last week's discussion video, click somewhere on the screen because it'll be somewhere up here. And we will see you guys next time. Okay, bye. Not really bye, but bye.